Hello and welcome to GBR. Find us today racing with the guys in the Infinity Series. This is season 11, which obviously it will be running for 8 weeks or 8 rounds using Group 4 and Group 3 machinery. As you can see, we are at High Speed Ring for the first race. It's an hour-long race each time, so settle down and get a beer. You can see we're at High Speed Ring for the first round, and we are in Group 4 cars. And after 10 minutes of qualifying, Jahinio put it on pole in the Honda NSX. They are teammates throughout the field, so you'll see two of the same cars. Just don't get confused. In second place is Scott in the Porsche Cayman. In third place we have Staffy, also in the Porsche Cayman. In fourth place we have Cooper in the Ferrari. In fifth place we have Benji in the Toyota Supra. In sixth place we have Golden Brownie in the Mercedes SLS. In seventh place we have Fast JMS in the Nissan. In eighth we have Brinky in a Toyota Supra. In ninth we have I'm going to say Howard, it's easier, in the Ferrari. In 10th place we have Surfer in the yes, that is the Genesis. We have Welly Bob in another Nissan in 11th place. In 12th we have Panos in the Jag. In 13th we have Brucey in a Mercedes. In 14th we have Ice in a Genesis. 15th we have Don in the other Jag. And in 16th, so full lobby for the first round, is RCMB in the Honda NSX. So Honda starting front and back for this race. That is the grid. I shall just check. I'm guessing the comms are coming. Sounds coming through. Just give me a second, everyone, just to make sure. I don't want to sit here for an hour and nothing happen. Yep, cool. I can hear myself through my phone. So let's make sure I've got everything open. Yes, there we go. Right, let's jump to the front and get these guys underway for round 1 of season 11 of the Infinity Series here at High Speed Ring. And away they go. Clean start from everyone fans out as they come down towards turn 1. Jahinio's got overtaken by Scott and Staffy, so that Porsche been lightning off the start. Absolutely swamped going into turn 1 as they come through. Seems like everyone's going too wide. Yeah, they'll get through nicely through turn 1, it seems. Battling's going to be frantic for this race with 16 on track, but Jahinio's got himself back into first. Scott in second, Golden Brownie on the left hand side of him, through the S's. Up to second goes Golden Brownie. Benji's coming through the middle there of Scott. And Staffy gets through as well, so Scott's dropped a couple of spaces there from the beginning. Harold in 6th place, Cooper in 7th, Surfer in 8th at the moment as they go round the smaller of the two banked corners onto technically the back straight before we come round the last corner and across the line, so that'll be 1 lap quickly done there from these guys. It's about a minute 18 when these get going. But Benji looking up the right hand side of Golden Brownie up towards turn 1. Golden Brownie's in the slip of Juninho ahead, so just can't get that move done as they come towards turn 1. Harold in 4th, Cooper 5th, Panos up to 6th place, so absolutely flying in the Jag. Ice moved up a couple of spots as well. Scott's down to 8th place now. Don up to 8th, he's just got past Scott. There was an incident behind. Staffy's in the wall. What's happened to Staffy through turn 1? Let's jump on board with him. Going 3 wide, going in then to 2 wide. He's got stuck on the wall. And same as Welly Bob just ahead of him. And he's got a little tap there from Fast JMS on the exit of turn 1. It's put him straight into the wall. He's got rear end damage. But, and he's going to be out the slip now is Staffy for quite a while, probably until the pit stops start to happen. But there's a little breakaway there for the front of Juninho, Harold, Golden and Benji as they come across the bridge. And then we've got Panos just leading the charge for pretty much looks like the rest of the pack as they come through the small bank. Everyone here still nice and tight together. RCMB just dropped off a little bit off the back of these guys. I know he was late to qualifying, so he just ended up jumping straight into the race for this one. But it's hard to know where to actually look. There's everyone's so close together. You see there in 10th place. So he's made up a couple spots as well. All 3 abreast. It looks like they're even 3 wide as they come up to turn 1 here. So the front 3, no, they're going 2 wide as they go in. Do they all keep it? Benji goes out wide into the barrier, nearly clips Golden Brownie. Bongo just gets through, but Benji's into the barrier. That's going to drop him back down. He's going to be with Staffy at the back of the pack. Now, after that incident, I think he just went a bit too hot there into turn 1. But Harold is up into 1st place now. With Juninho in the wall as well. What's happened to Juninho? It's going off everywhere here. Let's jump on board with Juninho. Going out wide through turn 3. Just cuts off the nose of Golden Brownie. Golden Brownie had nowhere to go there. That spun Juninho into the wall and right into the racing line. Thank God for GT7 ghosting. But he's now with his teammate there. In 14th place is Juninho. Benji there in 15th. See, Staffy's not had too long to wait for someone else to join him at the back of the pack. Harold and Golden Brownie 1st and 2nd at the moment. 2 Jag guys in 3rd and 4th. So they've made a flying start at the beginning of this race to get up there. They started in the double digits on the grid, so they're going to hopefully work together to try and catch up to the 2 at the front. Cooper there in 5th place. Surfer, they're going 3 wide between Brucey, Ice and Welly. It looks like Scott, sorry. As they come across the line, but they all get into line for turn 1. We've got 2 Genesis in 6th and 7th place now. They come round the long banking. Someone else is in the wall. Looked like that was going to be Welly in the wall. It was. We've got his teammate Fast on the right hand side of him. So Fast just gets past his teammate. You've got the 2 NSX guys running together. A little tap there from Juninho on his teammate. You don't want to be taking your teammate out, especially in the first race with only on the 4th lap. The last thing you want to be doing, but they're battling for 6th place by the looks of it here. It's 6th or 7th place, sorry. Between Ice, Scott, Brinky and Brucey. As they come round onto the back straight. So is Scott going to try and pull out from behind this Genesis? Yes, he goes to the low side. And Brucey does the same to Brinky behind. Obviously the low line is the quicker line. Scott's really riding that curb, trying to make the shortest possible route to the line. I think that Genesis has got the speed. Let's jump on board. Here comes the Genesis. Across the line they go, but the Genesis now stopped on the power, and now they come into turn 1. Who will make it through here? Ice is down the low side. Scott's going up high. Will he be able to carry on the speed through? Looks like he just about will. Fast Jim's just behind there as well, so Brucey did get past Brinky there as well. Just going on that low line around the last corner. And now Brucey's having a look at ice around the outside of turn 3 and via the inside for turn 4. So Brucey up another spot there, 2 spots in half a lap for Brucey, but ice is coming back to him across the bridge down towards the little bank. Brucey's going to be on the inside. It's going to be the slower line because you can't carry as much speed on the exit, and ice does carry that speed and has been able to repass Brucey. And now Fast MS is absolutely flown past Brucey there towards the last corner. Battling here just for 8th place, and there's, how many is there in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys battling for 8th place here. And Fast JMS having a look at ice down towards turn 1. I'll jump up to the front in a second to see if the 2 Jags have been able to catch up to Harold and Golden, but Brucey hanging it around the outside there of ice, runs it right onto the grit, but maybe if there was a touch he won't get a penalty for that one. Brinky now on the right hand side. Looks like Brucey was lucky there to not get a penalty. Henio is coming through the pack as well now. He's got back up to the back of them. Brucey on the inside, Brinky on the outside. They're going to go 3 wide, are they, across the bridge? No, just going to be 2 wide for the time being. So let's jump up to the front. Harold started on the softs, absolutely burnt them through, near enough. Got about 20% left of his tyres compared to the mediums of Golden Brownie that are still pretty good on the tyre wear, only about 20% worn, so maybe Howard wanted to come into the pits that time but couldn't because Golden Brownie was on the right hand side of him, so he had to go another lap to try and make it up to the pits. But Don there in 3rd place has been able to catch up a little bit, looks like. Yeah, he's been doing 16s where these 2 got into the 17s in the last couple of laps, so being able to catch up. He has dropped his teammate Panos in 4th place. Cooper's not far behind there in 5th place. The tyres have to be 2 different compounds, whichever ones you want to use. So either the softs, the mediums or the hards. Obviously, so the minimum of 1 pit stop for the race. Surfer there in 6th place. He's got Scott not too far behind him. Scott's been catching a little bit on the last half a second. Last that round. Still got this battle going on for 8th place. Where is Jehenio? Jehenio is dropped off the back of this pack again. Not too sure what happened there, but a 129 on last lap round isn't going to help his chances of getting back to the back of the back of the pack, let alone trying to fight for that win. And it looked like Staffy lap 4 would have had a little bit of incident as well. After the incident he had lap 2, so not the greatest of starts for Staffy, but it's a long race. We're only not even 10 minutes in so far, so you can turn it around and potentially get into the top 5 or so for Staffy. But Don up to the front of the pack now, battling with Golden Brownie through the S's. Golden Brownie keeping him nice and tight there through the left-hander and keeps it in 1st place, so he protects that 1st place. Harold hasn't pitted yet. He's not going to be far from pitting. I think he's the only one that started on the softs. I think that was a qualifying issue between the qualifying and the race. The engineers forgot to change his tyres. So excited for the new season to start, and forgot their main role of tyres and fuel. Well, they've done half their job. They put the fuel in, they just didn't put the tyres on. So he's going to go for another lap. And they're going to go 3 wide, are they, in towards turn 1. The top 3, no, Golden Brownie looks like he's backed out from going 3 wide. Harold's gone in hard, and he's just tagged onto the wall, and he's got a little bit of a tap from Don there on the way through, so they're still as they were as they crossed the line. Well, Golden, Don and Howard, now all this battling has allowed Panos to join the front pack. Golden Brownie's been swamped there by Don and Howard. Panos there on the left hand side. Will he be able to get past Golden Brownie? I don't think he will do, no he won't. Cooper there, not too far behind, only about 3/4 of a second behind this pack. Just a couple of good corners with these guys fighting as hard as they are, and he'll be straight up to the back of them. Surfer there in 6th, Dragon Scott along with him. Scott's just going to be sitting there in the slipstream. Scott's got hards on the front, mediums on the rear, so obviously crew chief has said it's the best strategy for that car. Obviously that means you have run the mediums, so you're either going to go run the softs or the hards for the second stint. But there you go, Coop has, looks like he's caught up to the back of this pack now, just sitting in that slipstream. Howard's gone in again for turn 1, gone out wide. Don's got in behind him. A little bit of a love tap there from Panos. Howard's got it on the dirt and he's lost a couple of positions there. Now it's going to be his teammate Coop on the inside of him. Through the tunnel they go. So the two Jaguar guys that started near the back of the pack are at the front just after 12 minutes of racing, so they've really worked hard to get there. Both started on the hards. Panos hasn't used as much tyre wear as Don, pretty much even on fuel. Golden Brownie's got a fair bit of fuel, but he has worn through his mediums. Obviously with all this fighting, Cooper goes up the inside into the little bank, but it won't make it work with the high line being the quicker. Through that corner and onto the back straight. Howard, his tyres have gone, so he should be pitting this time round. Scott's got past Surfer now, so he'll be getting the slipstream from Howard only until the pit entry. And Scott's going to do the hard work of trying to catch up to the guys. So yeah, is Howard coming in? Yes, he is. He's into the pit, so he's probably going to have to make a 2-stop for this race. Got Scott in 5th. Surfer having a battle with Brinky there. Surfer just hit the wall there going in, and he just gets stuck on it. I wonder why you've got a Hyundai sticker. I'm sure it said Hyundai. It does when you're driving a Genesis. Now they're both Korean. Brucey there in 8th. Yeah, answers on a postcard please, sir. Yeah, Brucey in 8th place. Fast JMS in 9th. Welly in 10th. So the two Nissan guys are together. RCMB in 11th place. Benji is dropped down to 12th. He qualified quite high up there, Benji. Ice in 13th. Jahinio in 14th. Howard now, after making his pit stop, he's put on the softs again. So he's definitely got to make another pit stop because he's just run the softs. He's going to have to run either mediums or hards. Staffy there in 16th. Not the greatest start of the season for Staffy so far, but hopefully he'll be able to fight his way back up through the pack. So when they start fighting later on in the race, and he's just sticking to his strategy. Panos into the wall and smashing it through turn 1. Dropped from 1st to 3rd now, and that's allowed Golden Brownie to try and attack Pedon at the front there. But can't do anything through turn 3. Scott's now up to 4th place. He's got past Cooper as well. Yeah, Cooper was up the front battling, so yeah, Scott's been able to catch up and overtake Cooper on the last lap. So Scott's on a charge now after a pretty abysmal start to the race. He's now pushing his way to the front of the pack. Brinky there just hanging in. Looks like he's trying to follow Scott as well, and just putting himself to the front of the race. Surfer there in 7th, a bit on his own at the moment, but his front left has taken a fair bit of pounding in the Genesis. Will he be coming in? No, he won't. Brucey goes around as well. Brucey's on the hard tyres, so he'll be going around a fair few more laps. Fast JMS and Welly Bob together. Benji, RCMB, Ice. Everyone's still just going round. Howard and Staffy will be going around again. His tyres are still good, so the major battle is at the front of the pack at the moment between Don, Panos and Golden for first place. Literally they can't find who wants to be in first and just try and work together and get a slipstream train going, just pull away from the rest of the guys. Golden Brownie just slips in there behind Panos. Scott's dropped down to 6th place, so we must have had probably a little bit of an incident in turn 1, just catching the ball and just getting caught. But Cooper, Brinky and Scott all following fairly close behind now. Brinky's got the fastest lap of the race in 15.828. Not too sure if anyone can go much quicker. Can't remember what the qualifying time was for this one. But 2 battles of 3 here. Brinky's going to the right hand side and Don going for the battle with Panos in towards turn 1. Brinky gets that one done into turn 1. Golden Brownie sitting behind these 2 Jags, letting them figure out who's going to be their number 1 driver. Clearly they don't know. Before they got told at the beginning of the season. A little tap there from Don on Panos does go through, but now these 2 3s have been now joined to make a 6 at the front of the pack. It could be anyone's game. One little mistake and you can go from 1st to 6th here within 1 corner. Brinky's gone down low, he's going to be going up high, but Golden Brownie's been able to keep it round the outside there through the little bank. Brucey and Surfer there in the background having a little fight, probably trying to work together to catch up to these guys. Brinky's dropped down to 6th place, there we go. He was fighting Golden for 3rd. Just because he went low through the little bank, he's now dropped down to 6th spot. Golden Brownie there just sitting behind Panos. Did not realise the Jag had 7 gears. It should be helping them on the fuel as well. But I did see Surfer came into the pit. I think it was Surf. And just scroll down. Yes, it was. So I'll keep with the battle at the front because I think we've got Benji and Welly together. Brucey's now going to be on his own. Let Surfers come in. Fast JMS and RCMB for 10th and 11th place here. Jahinio in 12th place, so he's been able to. Looks like he's going to try and catch up to the guys. He's been doing some decent lap times, but obviously if they're in the slip. Harold's at 15.4, so that'd be low fuel and okay tyres. So fastest lap so far goes to Harold in 13th. Staffy there in 14th. He isn't losing touch to the guys in front. I think Harold's been pulling away, but Jahinio doing around the same lap times. Surfer and Ice. So Surfer's just been into the pit. Ice came in on lap 13. So the 2 Genesis guys coming in the pits a lap apart. So that's their strategy. Probably going for a 2-stop. Brinky's come into the pits now. It's getting rid of the hards and going to be going on to the mediums. Panos goes into the wall through turn 1. Don't know if Panos likes that corner or not, or just likes to give it a little kiss on the way through each time. But he's dropped down from 1st to 5th place. I'm sure he'll be straight back up to the rear end of his teammate within a couple of laps. Cooper there in 3rd place, just behind Golden Brownie as they come across the bridge there. Don there in 1st place, still just dragging these guys around in his slipstream. I think that Jag is a fairly quick car, saying that they can't really get much of the slipstream and Full pass, Cooper goes to the inside. Golden Run is in Don's slip, but that's going to allow Cooper to get that second spot, being on the low line. Just gets in front of Golden Brownie. Will Cooper now try for getting into first place and seeing if he can try and get away from these two guys. Scott and Panos have just dropped off from this battle at the front here. So yeah, Cooper goes into first place now. Now see if Cooper can try and check out from these guys ahead. Scott going out wide there. Does he get a penalty? Or did he just get it back on the track in time? Looks like he is clear. Yep, he would have got it by now. That was Don's flag that I thought was a red number. So the top 5 have pulled away from Brucey. Brucey's just set the fastest lap of his race and he is in clear air. No slipstreams, that's a pretty decent lap there from Brucey. Being by all by himself, but maybe that's why. It's because he's had no one to fight with through any corners. So what was his lap time? So 19:69. So yeah, Brucey was the fastest guy out of the top 6 last lap round. So he is catching up to these guys. How long will these guys go before they have to think about coming into the pit? I think fuel is all around the same, between quarter and third of a tank. Staffy, yeah, Harold's pitted and he's already back down to quarter of a tank, so absolutely abusing the fuel that he put in. What about, yeah, Brinky come in as well, yeah, so he's dropped behind. Seeing that Ice and Surfer came into the pit, they must have only put half a tank in or so, because they're already down to half a tank and Ice is on quarter of a tank. Bit of a mystery there. Brinky filled it right up and put the hard tyres on. Staffy there, worn through his front tyres with 23 minutes of the race to go, so he's going to have to try and make it to the halfway mark, which I think a lot of people are going to try and do, to just make this a one-stop race for the majority of the guys. Eugenio, has he been trying to catch up? He has been catching up to RCMB, but he is a fair bit of distance apart. Fast and Welly in 8th and 9th. Teammates together. What's the tyre wear situation for these two? Pretty similar. Fasters use a bit more fuel. Brucey's come into the pit. He's getting rid of them hards. Will he try and make this a one-stop, or will it be a two-stop for Brucey? We shall find out. See how much fuel he puts in. And the battle for first place still rages on between Cooper, Panos, Scott, Don and Golden. Scott goes up the inside there of Panos through the S's, but that Panos is going to have the left-hand bend here and just retains that second spot ahead of Scott. But Cooper, he's got into the first place and he has been able to pull a little bit of a gap to the guys behind. I think where they're all fighting, Scott goes up high, just blocks off Panos round the outside. Golden's bound to move around the outside of Panos as well and slip down underneath Scott, and Golden will go into second place. So will Golden now try and make a charge to catch a fast charging Cooper. There you go, you can see the gap is about 1.5 seconds between Golden. Looks like Panos is coming into the pit. Yes, he is. Don's been able to use the power of the Jag and get past Scott, and he's going to go for a move on Golden Brownie in towards turn 1. Gets that move done. His front left is dying of death on that hard. What Scott's like on the hard. So, oh, Don's nearly lost it. He saved it. He's kept it going, but that'd be that front left giving up the ghost now. Golden Brownie, he's made his mediums last longer than Don made his hards so far, but Cooper, he's still pretty good on his tyre wear. Halfway worn front left, about 30% on the rear left. The right hand side literally has one major corner to do, and that is it. so the right tyres might as well not even be there, only keeping the car from falling over. But yeah, Cooper, I think he'll have enough fuel. I think a lot of these guys will have enough fuel to make it to halfway. So it's a fast-paced track. Let's see, where does Brucey come out? He's come out, he's put about 65-70% of fuel in. Golden Brownie's come into the pit now. Is that going to be too early for Brucey? Panos, what did Panos do? Panos put a full tank and put the hards on. Yes, the Jags. I think the Jags were on different strategies, weren't they? Where's... Don's come into the pit. Howard's come into the pit again. So yeah, Don's got hards and mediums, so he'll have to go to hards as well. Howard's literally down to the wires. Brucey catching up to Brinky and Surfer up ahead. I think Surfer's got a big gap now to Staffy in front of him. I think these guys that are near the back that have pitted early will be going for a 2-stop, and the ones that are pitting around now probably will try and go for a 1-stop strategy, seeing if that will work. But Surfer holding off Brinky behind him, and Brucey going to be fast catching up behind as well by the looks of it. Yeah, 16 dead from Brucey, a 16.7 and a 17 dead, so second quicker taken out of Surfer. Last lap round for Brucey, lovely little line there onto the back straight. Staffy there, he's just about to 8th place, about pitting so far. He's got a good 3 or 4 laps before we could probably think about coming into the pit, which we've taken well over the halfway mark. So far a good recovery from Staffy. RCMB just behind his teammate Jahinio, so Jahinio's be able to jump, and the tyre wear on that NSX is pretty good, I would say. After half an hour you are on the hards, but Jahinio clearly looks that wide line going through turn 3 and cutting it back. Fast Jonas and Welly working as a team, so we've got the two teams fairly close to each other at the moment. See what it's like after the pit stop cycle, of who saved enough fuel to go as long as they can to then not have to put as much in when they pit. Benji in 3rd place, Cooper in 2nd. Scott has been able to absolutely check out. I think Cooper's trying to fuel save to make it to the halfway mark. He's got to do one more lap and he should be good. I think the same for Benji as well. Both of these two have got one more lap until they really have to pit. But Benji gets past Cooper, who I think is trying to fuel save. So Benji into 2nd place now. But Scott has been given free air, and he is just doing bits to try and pull away from everyone. We'll see what happens when he comes into the pit, where he comes out, because obviously he was fighting with Golden Brownie, Cooper, obviously, who is now in 3rd, Benji and Panos and Don. So we'll see where he comes out. It's a bit kind of all over the place with everyone pitting. Obviously, look at the track map, top right, kind of spread out throughout the whole track. But Jahinio right behind fast now as they come through the little bank onto the back straight. Does Jahinio have the drive? He's got the fuel. Does he have the drive to get past fast down towards the start finish line and turn 1? Looks like someone else is coming into the pit. Benji's coming to the pit. Will Cooper come into the pit? No, Cooper goes round again. How is Cooper going round? He's got barely nothing in the fuel tank. But Jahinio has been able to use that slipstream and get past fast. Just pulls in front of him towards turn 1 and will absolutely fly through turn 1. So Staffy up to 7th spot. He used a bit more fuel than Scott. Now Scott's fuel lights come on as well, so using about the same amount of fuel Brinky there, is he the first of the runners that have pitted? I believe he is. Yeah, I think, yeah, he is. So Brinky is technically net P1 at the moment. First of the pitters, Brucey would be technically in second, and Surfer in third place. But we'll see when the top guys pit where it all unfolds. I think when the top guys pit, these guys won't be far off from pitting again. Only about another 10 laps or 10 minutes or so before these guys have to pit. Brucey and Surfer battling there for 9th and 10th. Cooper does come into the pit, 1 litre of fuel left in the car. Surfer goes on the low side through the last corner. It does work out to be the quickest line round there. Has been able to get past Brucey. Brucey's just tucked right under that huge wing of the Genesis. Not as big as the Group 3 one. You'll see that next week. But Cooper's dropping down to 9th place. That's 11th. Staffy's come into the pit as well now. So it's a bit all over the place. I just want to find out who this battle is. So it's fast. So Jahinio works his way past Willie. Battling with Willie at the moment as they go through the S's. Willie's been able to get the drive across the bridge in towards the little bank. Runs out wide into the barrier. Not what you want to be doing. It's going to allow Jahinio just to get the drive out and get past. He's still got the fuel as well, Jahinio, so he's going to be going easily a one stop. Seeing he is on the hards. I think all the guys now that have just come into the pit will make it now to the end. Ooh, Welly, you don't want to be running out wide there. Fairly close to the wall then. Fast JMS and nope. RCMB was just using that slipstream from Fast who's come into the pit. Brinky there just got a bit of a gap over Brucey there in 7th, Surfer in 8th, Panos in 9th, Golden Brownie in 10th place, Don in 11th, Benji in 12th, Cooper now in 13th place. Howard looks like he put a full tank and put the hards on, so hopefully he has got no more pit stops. Staffy, he's on his outlap. See where he comes out in relation to Fast JMS. I think that's Fast JMS just coming into turn 1 now. So we'll get his tyres up to temperature. So Staffy's doing well there. Ice is down to 16th. Looks like he's pitted on lap 21. Yeah, lap 21. Looks like Ice has pitted. So Scott into the pits. So the leader has come in. 0 fuel. Jahinio still got fuel. He's not even flashing, so he's still got more than 2 laps of fuel left. Welly probably will be coming in at the end of this lap. RCMB, he's about the same as Jahinio, so this NSX either really just sips its fuel or they've been fuel saving to make the pit stop as short as possible. Brinky up to 4th, Brucey in 5th. Brucey's just breaking away a bit from Surfer. Scott comes out of the pits now in 8th place. In between Panos and Golden Brownie. Benji there in 10th place. Don in 11th. These two are fighting for 10th at the moment. 25 minutes of the race to go. So I'll quickly leave it with these whilst I have a drinks break. We're back. You can just see Golden Brownie up ahead and Benji and Don, but Golden Brownie's not too far behind Scott, so Scott didn't pull out too much, running that about 10 minutes or so longer than Golden Brownie. probably just dropped off the pace. Surfer and Willie have come into the pits, the two Nissan guys coming in at the same time. Dropping down the field now where everyone overtaken them. Panos in 5th place, Brucey in 4th. He's got Brinky still just ahead of him. He's got a quarter of a tank, and Brinky's got half, so I don't think Brinky's going to make it 25 minutes on half a tank of fuel. See that most of the guys done about 25-30 minutes on a full tank, so I think these two will be fighting to the end. Brinky and Brucey. RCMB, his fuel light is red, so is Juninho, so they've gone nearly 30, well, they've gone over 36 minutes on a tank of fuel. I would say probably the fastest track of the season for the Group 4s. But they go round again, so they'll be about 38 minutes before they come in. Just trying to see if there's any close battles. Golden Brownie's dropped off the back of Scott there. Not too sure why. Must have had an incident, maybe got stuff on the wall that round. It's allowed Benji to creep up behind. Benji's setting some decent lap times in the mid to low 16s. Where Golden Brownie, yeah, he done a 118. So clearly had a little bit of an incident there on the last lap. But Benji's been able to catch him right up to the rear end of him. Someone's gone round. Don's gone round. I saw it on the mini-map. Someone was facing into the walls. What happened with Don here? As we come into turn 1. Just loses control. Hits the wall. Plows the nose into the barrier. And he's only lost 1 space. I think he'll lose 2 because Willie's going to go around the outside of him as well. So Don loses 2 spots. Also loses, well, it looks like he's got damage to the front bumper as well. That'll take about 30 seconds to repair itself. Fast JMS, Harold and Staffy 12th, 13th and 14th. And Juninho has come into the pit, so I think RCMB will come in as well in a couple of seconds. There we go. Staffy's been able to catch up to Harold, I think. Most of these guys are fueled now to the end. Surfer is Ice. Probably will have to pit again. So Ice is making it a 3-stop by the look of it, because I don't think that tyre is going to last 22 minutes. Brucey up to 1st place now. He's got past Brinky. Maybe in the last lap, maybe into turn 1. Brucey got past Brinky. So let's see how far these two guys go before they have to come into the pit. Panos, I think he's going for 2-stop as well. So he's dropped behind. Oh, could he go? He might be able to make it to the end. It's going to be a stretch. Scott there. I know Scott's going to be able to make it to the end. He got to the half an hour point before pitting. Benji has been able to get past Golden Brownie for that 5th spot and been able to just pull away from him through the infield section. And that Supra I know is a quick car in a straight line. Mercedes isn't much of a slouch, but compared to some of the cars in this race, it's not the quickest. Cooper there in 7th place, so Juninho's come out in 8th place now. He's only put about 65-70% of fuel in, and that's obviously clearly enough to make it to the end. What about RCMB? He's done about the same, so the Honda strategists have worked out that's the optimum amount of fuel to make it to the end. So if anyone's got more than them, they should be fine. It's all spread out a little bit at the moment, so I see where Brucey is on track. He's got a half-second penalty, so it's going to be Brinky into 1st place. Just after this corner is a penalty line, which is a horrible place to have a penalty line because you'll lose for a half-second penalty, about 2 seconds in total for this whole straight down towards turn 1. But I'll jump on with Brinky. I'll jump on to Hood Camp, and we'll do a quick lap guide of High Speed Ring. Brucey looks like he's coming on the pit. Yes, he is. So across the line we go for lap 32. Coming into turn 1, you want to keep it as high as you can. And just drops it down there. Obviously each car is different. And then just keep the power on. Just ride that curb. Keep it as far left as you can as you come into the tunnel. And then about the 50-metre board, slam on the brakes. Into the S's section. You see the bridge there looming as you come around this left-hander. Get the throttle on when you see them red and white barriers, and then across the bridge we go up towards the little bank, and then about where the marshals are, just want to let off, fling it in, let the bank carry you round, and then back onto the circuit, just getting off that green paint before the grass. Otherwise you've got all 4 wheels over there, you will get a penalty. Keep it up high to get the drive down that little slope, just to help out a couple of miles an hour as you come round the last corner, and then up towards the start finish line again. That was a quick lap. They're all quick laps around here of High Speed Ring. It was a 1:16.6 there from Brinky. I see Eugenio has on a 15.3. Is that with his new tyres on? Yes, it is. Racing mediums and a lighter car. He's been able to go purple. He's catching up to Cooper. So Cooper's on a 16.1. Eugenio on a 16.6. So Eugenio lost a bit of time to Cooper that time round, but he caught up over a second the lap before. Golden Brownie there in 5th place. Not been able to keep up with Benji, and just lost a second that round, so not sure what Golden Brownie done then, but Panos in 2nd place, just ahead of Scott. Brinky there in 1st. He's got a nice healthy lead over Panos, but if he's going to have to pit again, he's not going to be able to stay in 1st, because I think the one-stop strategy is going to be superior around this track. Obviously it all depends on the weather, if the tyres would have lasted or not. There's no rain forecast for this race either, so dry tyres all the way. But will Eugenio try for a move on Cooper as they come down towards turn 1? I think he's too far behind at the moment. Let's jump on board from Eugenio's helmet cam. And if we come down, he is catching. I don't think he's going to be close enough. Cooper just puts the brakes on, probably just put Eugenio off a little bit there, coming into turn 1. He's not been able to make the move so far. I think the next time round, Eugenio might be able to, if he gets a good drive out of the little bank, he'll be able to go for a move as they come across down towards the line. And there's also a battle behind here. We've got Don and RCMB battling for 9th spot. Don's tyres are screaming at him. Obviously, an RCMB has got nice fresh mediums on, so he should be able to just drive away through the infield part from Don, but Don will fight back down the straight, because we know that Jag is a quick car, especially from the beginning of it. Brinky's coming to the pit now. Fast JMS in 11th place, Harold in 12th, Staffy in 13th, Brucey in 14th. Now Ice has come in, he's just coming out of the pit, getting waved blue flags, not sure who for. Benji in 2nd, so Scott now into 1st as well. So Surfer's quite a bit of distance off from Brucey. Brucey's got a nice little gag of cars up ahead of him. See if he can catch up to them. Panos is coming out of the pits. Is Brucey's the closest one to him? Does Panos stay low? Yes, Panos does stay low, not to get in the racing line of the faster cars. It's nice being aware of your surroundings there from Panos. Panos down to 14th after that pit stop now, so I think most of the guys have made, let's just have a look at everyone's fuel quickly. So halfway, Gordon Brownie's just short of halfway, Juninho's about the same, Cooper's half, Bob's half. Don's going to have to pit, he's not going to make it to the end of the fuel. For everyone, Harold is quite low at the moment, but maybe to save a little bit for the last 15 minutes of the race. So yeah, apart from Don, I think this will be the majority of the positions for the guys. Obviously there will be some fighting still left to go, that's for sure. Scott's got out wide again coming out of turn 1. Will that serve him a penalty? No, it won't. He's lucky boy once again. Has Benji been able to catch up? Bit tit for tat between the 2 lap times, so they've been keeping it about the same. Golden Riding, he's picked up a penalty, probably for the same sort of mistake that Scott just done, but just ran out a little bit wide. Juninho now up to 4th place. He's got past Cooper and not been able to pull away too much from Cooper. Cooper's obviously using that slipstream to stay with him, but Golden Brownie's going to drop behind these two when he serves his penalty in a second. Will he pull to the right hand side? Yes, he will. Juninho will use all the slipstream he can use. Got Juninho into 3rd place now, so pretty good drive there from Juninho. He got spun out fairly early, dropped to pretty much the back of the pack with Staffy, and worked his way up to 3rd place, but Golden Brownie dropped behind Cooper now, but it looks like he's just been able to hang on to Cooper's slipstream down the latter part of the straight. Welly Bob there in 6th place. Had a decent race, has Welly Bob. Been quite quiet, but he's made it work. RCMB, he's worked his way through from the back of the pack, no qualifying, literally jumped straight into the car. Engineers said it's all set, just drive, and that's what he's done. Don and Brinky are fighting for 8th and 9th, but we know that Don's going to have to pit, and he's just picked up a penalty. That would have been for running it out wide on the exit of turn 1. Staffy there up to 10th place. Sort of good recovery drive there from Staffy as well. I think the one stop has helped him out quite a lot there compared to these guys on 2 stop, but Fast MS has burnt through his front left, so he's in another one. What about Welly? Welly's alright on his front left, but yeah, so where was I? There we are. Fast MS, he's going to have to pit as well, because that medium's not going to make it to the end. Howard now under pressure from Brucey for this 12th spot. Will Brucey be able to use that slipstream and just get past Howard down the main straight, but Howard's got the slipstream from Fast MS ahead. I don't think Brucey will be able to do that move. Yes, he will. He pulled out to the right hand side. As they come down towards turn, it's going to be on the low side, but Brucey gets that overtake. And he's going for the overtake on Fast MS at the same time. Oh, nearly gets it done, does Brucey. Nearly a 2 for 1. Round turn 1 for Brucey. It looks like he's going to go for a move. No, he's not. JMS just holds it off going in, but Brucey's been able to drive round the outside. A little bit of a tap there from Fast MS, but Brucey's now got the inside of the S's. And up to 11th spot. His next target is Don, but Don's going to have to pit probably that round. So Brucey will be looking at Staffy up ahead of him. Brinky, RCB and Welly, all of them together now for the last just over 10 minutes of racing to go. Let's see, I think the tyres for Welly will last. It's going to be close. I think they will start to die off near the end. RCMB goes for the move. past Welly, and Brinky's going to follow suit and try and get past as well. So Welly's just lost 2 spots there, but that would just be from the draft down the main straight. But no, I think RCMB is going to actually try and, don't think he's got enough time to try and catch up to the back of Golden Brownie. Golden Brownie's just coming out the S's and RCMB was going in. But Golden Brownie's been able to keep with Cooper since he served that penalty. Cooper's not been able to check out Scott there in 3rd place. What's happened to Scott? Scott was in the lead. What happened to Scott? I'm just going to jump back and see who's on the 3rd there. Looks like it happened out of turn 1. He's on the barrier. He's been dragged along. He's losing it. He's lost it. Did he save it? He did sort of save it, but he's lost a load of time just through that incident that he's just had, and that's going to have let Jahinio catch up to the back of him, and there we go, we're going to get past him through, or out of the penultimate corner. So we'll jump back to where we were. It was about here. So Jahinio, Benji up to 1st place now, with just over 9 minutes. Brian didn't want to work them. 9 minutes of racing to go, so probably about 6 or 7 laps of racing to go for all these guys. Jahinio in 2nd, tyre wear, fuel not a problem. Tyres for Benji could be a problem if they go fully red. They're not going to give him any grip at all. Scott obviously burnt his tyres up on the last time round over the exit of turn 1. Cooper and Golden Brownie fighting for that 4th spot, just off from the podium for these two. RCMB and Brinky fighting for 6th and 7th. Brinky goes for the inside move, but will be on the outside for the next one unless he can cut RCMB's nose off going into it. No, he can't. RCMB on the left hand side. It looks like he's conceded that space to Brinky for the time being. Maybe playing the long game and go, I'll just draft you straight back down on the main straight. Welly Bob in 8th place. A little bit of a gap now to Staffy in 9th. Brucey there in 10th. He's bringing Panos along with him. It's going to be a fight, I think, between these three as they close up. Fast MS and Howard there for 12th place. I think Fast MS is going to have to pit this time round. He's just losing too much time with that front left tyre being how dead it is. So that promote Harold up to 12th. Surfer will go up as well. Don, I think he's too far behind to capitalise on Fast MS. Is pit stop. Yes, he does come into the pit. Probably won't need any fuel just to change the tyres. Ice there in 16th. Their strategists may need questioning. I don't know if you've got one from Ferrari, but I'd have a word before the next round, see if you can get some new ones in. Benji, and Jahinio now has got right up to him as they come out of the penultimate corner. How far Scott behind? Scott's a bit too far behind now, it looks like, to fight for this 1st place, but Jahinio moves to the inside of Benji, drives the low line. Jahinio into 1st place now. He's going to have to fight with Benji, because I think Benji's just going to have enough tyres, but it's going to be tight for him. Benji has got more fuel, so he'll be able to rev it out a little bit more to try and keep up down the straight. Benji does go low. It is the slower line through turn 1. But probably with that front left, you don't want to be pushing too much on it. Looks like Jahinio had a good turn 1, has been able to just put away a little bit there from Benji. Scott and Cooper in 4th. Golden Brownie's dropped off the back of Cooper now. Cooper's front left is pretty low as well, so I'm not too sure on the red tyre wall. I'll have to ask the officials for if you can run the red tyres or not. I don't think you can. Brinky there in 6th. He's kept RCMB behind him for a couple of laps, so I don't know if RCMB is just going to be happy to finish in 7th place from starting in 16th. Welly Bob's being caught a little bit there by Staffy by the looks of it. Yeah, a couple of attempts in the last 2 laps or so. Panels, he's on a late charge in the Jag. Them Jags have really died off in the second half of this race. They're at the front battling for first, side by side with each other, and it's just the 2 stops just really not worked for him. Brucey's dropped off the back of these guys. I don't know what for. It's not like he's had bad lap times. It's a 17.2, but obviously these guys are doing low 16s. 17.1, so yeah, it's a bit odd. Brucey's just dropped off the back of them guys. But go to the front. Juninho has been able to just pull that gap over Benji now. And he's had a lap, nearly 2 laps, and he's pulled about a second. So it's Benji's just on that slipstream range if he's going to get any or not, but it's going to be too much of a distance to try and catch up for the last 4 minutes of the race to go. He's got there after that little mistake he had. Was it lap 38? It's just cost him the win, I feel. He had the pace, he had the strategy, just driver error. That's cost him the win, but he should be able to get a podium because they are quite a bit of a distance ahead of Cooper there. He's revving that car out. When you have got 7 gears in that Ferrari, don't forget. So you're going to be burning more fuel than you'll want to be. Fuel light is on with 3.5 minutes to go, so 3 laps. Normally a fuel light means you've only got 2 laps of fuel to go, or so. So yeah, a bit of fuel saving I think for Cooper, so it could offer the opportunity for Golden Brownie to catch up to Cooper and try and maybe make the overtake. Brinky there in 6th place, still got RCMB behind him. Staffy there, he's got past Welly. Panels and Brucey going side by side, having a bit of a ding dong battle coming into turn 3. Brucey now on the outside of Panos. Will he try for the old switcheroo? He's going to try it. Is he going to be far enough alongside of Panos? No, he's not. Panos just pulls in front of Brucey in towards the little banky. Brucey gives Panos a little tap, but had nowhere to go. I think that's just more of Welly going a little bit slower than they expected through that right-hander, and the concertina effect happened, and Brucey's been able to bring himself up to 9th spot there. Two spaces there fairly quickly. Will he be able to try and catch up to Staffy? So Staffy's got a big enough gap over Brucey with only a couple of minutes left of the race to go. Surfer there in 12th place, Harold there in 13th. His fuel light's on as well, so the Ferraris are using all their fuel. Fast JMS in 14th. After pitting, he put the softs on, and look, he's only done 5 laps and his softs are already halfway worn, and that's on a low fuel tank. This track just absolutely kills soft tyres. Dom there in 15th. Really big drop off for Don. I think he's had a few little incidents here and there through the race, and it's just dropped him from fighting for that first to 15th. And I was there. Yeah, the strategists not being his friends today. But Juninho, is he on his last lap? No, I think he's going to get one more lap to go. Golden Brownie has got past Cooper, so Cooper is really fuel saving. Golden Brownie's fuel light's on, but I think he's only got 1 lap to go, so he should be fine. Brinky, will he be able to get Cooper? Because Cooper is going slow, even on the exit. Rinky was going about 6 miles an hour quicker. So it will be interesting to see if Rinky can get that 5th spot from Cooper. RCMB's just a bit too far back now to try and capitalise as well from Cooper using too much fuel, or their fuel guy not putting enough in at the pit stop. But we'll jump to the front as they're coming around the last corner. I do feel they will get another lap. They've got 19 seconds to go. Yeah, they will get another lap. Well, Jahino will, that's for sure. As he comes across, Benji, he comes across with how long? He's got 5 seconds to go. Will Scott get another lap? Yes, so Golden Brownie will be the first to finish in 4th spot. Comes across the line. Brinky just keeps it ahead, or gets past Cooper across the line for 5th, Cooper 6th, RCMB in 7th place. Stuffy finishes in 8th. Brucey just ahead of Panos for 9th, Panos in 10th, Welly Bob in 11th place. Surfer and Ice are doing a photo finish for 12th and 16th. You see team orders, might as well finish it together. Harold just ahead of Fast JMS. I think he got him on the last lap. Fast JMS in 14th. Don will finish in 15th place. And the looks like it'll be the winner for Jahino. So topsy-turvy beginning of the race, but he's been able to get that strategy to work and put his way through to win the first race of the Infinity Season 11. Well done to Jahino. Benji will get 2nd place, and Scott is out of fuel in 3rd. Obviously, if you enjoyed the content, hit that like button, maybe consider subscribing, and until next time, it's goodbye from me. Bye bye.